Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's, what was it we were calling it? Album,
Live out.
LAR, live
LAR.
album
Album.
reaction
Yeah,
today.
there we go.
Today we're going to be reacting to a whole album of music from the one and only, I'm just testing you, the one and only, who is it? Backstreet Brett?
Putri from Indonesia.
Putri Ariani from Indonesia. Yeah. So this is our album reaction channel. We have done some reactions to Putri on our main channel, so go and check those out as well. I think the link is on our home channel page. Let's begin. So let me just share the screen so we can see the album itself on Spotify. So it's called Melihat Dengan Hati. Brett's about to translate that for us. Or not. Okay, so it's a short album. It's only 28 minutes long. We've only got 7 songs on it. She released it in 2020. So, yeah, you looking forward to it?
Yeah, listen, we've enjoyed a lot of her stuff that she's done. As good as a singer she is, when we've done the reactions to her, obviously she's not that animated. So the point being is that hopefully when we listen to the album, we can still just enjoy. Like, so we're not going to be missing much of seeing her perform as well. So yeah, I'm just hoping there's not just going to be all songs, all ballads, slow ballads. Hopefully there might be a couple of surprises. I know that's her forte and that's her strong point, and that is mainly what's going to be. But if there's a couple little surprises in there, that's what I'm kind of at least hoping for.
Yeah, there's only 7 songs, but even so, it'd be nice to have a little bit of variety in there as well. So let's go for it.
Bersamamu aku tak lelah, walau kamu berubah tak sehangat dulu. Meski perih, aku memilih untuk bertahan hingga detik ini. Masih saja aku diam-diam mendoakan dirimu yang tak pernah mengharapkanku. Meski perih, aku memilih untuk bertahan hingga detik ini. Masih saja aku diam-diam
So I think I'll go first. We'll take it in turns to go first. Um, yeah, so that was, I suppose you could say, kind of what I expected in a way. A kind of slow song. Obviously, we knew it was going to be in Indonesian. And I think carrying on from where we've kind of been talking about recently, I think with other, it was in Indonesian, was it like Chakra Khan? We were kind of saying it was a bit of like a kind of a throwback, in the sense of songs in English are not kind of sung this way anymore. They're a little bit more out there, and more
Yeah,
not experimental. What's your favourite word of the day?
a bit
Edgy.
edgier.
Yeah. Whereas this was anything but edgy. This was just a classic kind of ballad pop song. So yeah, I can't fault it. I thought she sung it well. Um, I mean, there was a lot of instrumental music going on, which is fine. Um, so yeah, it was just nice. I don't really have like too much more I can say on it. Just a nice song, sung well, enjoyable. What about you?
Yeah, the key thing I was going to say the same thing you said was that sort of throwback comments, just felt very back. And like I said, it's a common theme that we've been talking about where nowadays you don't really get songs released like this anymore. And as I say, in the nicest possible way, it's a nice, pleasant song. You can't fault it, you can't hate on it. Sung really, really well. I think it's just a nice opening track. I'm hoping there's going to be ones that are maybe a bit more, even if
Spicy?
they're still done. No, no, no. More so if they're going to be on the ballad side of things, maybe just a bit more to them than otherwise. I think that was just a nice sort of pleasant, solid opening track, and we'll see if this is Putri setting out her stalls. This where is she going to go along this exact same line, or is there going to be tiny bits of different kind of ballad songs coming in for this? And I say it was a very nice song to sort of huddle with your cat with there, Lee, to be honest. So my dog's just laying there. I was going to try and get her to cuddle up to on the camera, but maybe a bit later. If we get another song like that, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, let's continue then. Track two. What's going on? Actually, it sounds like 90s Backstreet Boys.
Berulang kali memaafkanmu, ku sadar bukan hal wajar.
Okay, Backstreet Brett, take it away.
Yeah, there we go. Another lovely little throwback song there, as you said at the start. Yeah, very Backstreet Boys at the start there, and I was picturing all these. I think like likes of maybe not so much All Saints, but I think like Bewitched, Spice Girls, this sort of girl band. I can imagine like a girl band from the 90s, sort of um, doing a song like this. And again, like the previous one, just a really nice song. I feel like this had a little bit more to it than the previous one, where there was just the pure sparkly noises in the background that made a difference. But again, just really well sung, really nice, can't fault it. Um, yeah, I think I just prefer this one slightly to the one previous.
Yeah, some definite similarities to the first one, and yeah, again, it felt very 90s, real kind of 90s ballad pop song. Um, and I think with this one as well, her her voice was really good in sense of I probably haven't got the right term, the right vocabulary here, but she was kind of like holding her notes at certain points as well, which I noticed. So yeah, another nice song. But I'd say the so far it's been nothing standout. I think what the difference is, like when she was on America's Got Talent, she's like really got to impress and like just use her voice. Whereas with this album so far, these are just like more proper songs. I don't know, like you just there's not that what's the word? Doesn't need to like she's not trying to impress anyone. There's no judges to impress. Do you know what I mean? So this is like I suppose the real singer, like what you'd expect a singer to sing like. If that makes sense. So yeah, um, yeah. So far, so good. Uh, let's see what we're going to get then with track 3.
Kau tipu aku, ternyata cintaku tak berarti. Bertahun-tahun berakhir ku dikhianati. Kau rusak aku. Apa salah dosaku hingga kau campakkan aku, dan kau memilih dia. Ku tak menyalahkan cinta, sebab cinta itu baik. Kamu yang jahat, hati yang kau bukan, yang tulus mencinta, sengaja kau sakiti. Pasti ada balasan untuk semua kejahatan, karma akan kau dapatkan. Apa kau bahagia dan ku menderita, di atas duka kau tertawa bersamanya. Ku maafkan, tak mungkin lupakan, walau tak mudah tapi ku coba melepaskan.
Yeah, so I think after about a minute and a half, I was had some thoughts in my head. I was thinking, well, actually, this is like the least dynamic song, maybe. Like, just felt a little bit kind of, I don't know, one paced, and then yeah, suddenly there was this moment where she just took it up a notch, um, and actually, but I think by the end of it, it was quite impressive. It was quite a bit of contrast going on. We had some sort of quiet, low moments, and then suddenly it would take off, and then towards the end, we had some really good singing, some notes, holding notes really well, and so actually, I think it's turned out to actually be the most dynamic of the three songs so far in terms of what was going on during the song, the changes that took place. Um, so yeah, for me, this is like a real ballad. You could imagine this possibly being like from like a movie soundtrack from Disney, something like that. So yeah, it was impressive. What about you? How did you find it?
Yeah, obviously we had one part of the song which sounds very much like the first track, and as you said, yeah, that halfway stage, good word there, dynamic. Yeah, it got a bit more dynamic. It had a bit more elements that came into it there, a bit more um, Picture being a bit more adventurous with her singing voice. As I said, doing some bigger notes, holding those notes as well. So yeah, again, still a very nice ballad, sung really, really well. But this one does have the edge a little bit more over the other. So it's the slight standout one at the moment.
Yeah, let's go to track 4.
Tiap sudut Jogja
So, Brett, give us your opinion on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to a good point that you made and a not so good point that I made as well. So I said right at the start, because Pooja is all about her voice, we weren't going to miss something from actually watching her perform as well. And you kind of sort of said as well, actually when she's on like American's Got Talent show, she has to do something to impress. And these are what we had so far, and this is another sort of prime example, a really nice, well sung song. But I feel like maybe it would be different if she was doing this as a live performance in front of an audience, in front of judges, maybe. Maybe we'll just put a little bit more into it just to give it that little bit something. Otherwise, I'm going to be saying the same way, again, a really nice, pleasant song, sung really, really well. Can't dislike it, don't dislike it. Um, really enjoy it, but feel like there could be something to it just to give it that little something, and hopefully you can probably maybe do a better explanation than I've just done.
Yeah, so well said. I think for me, right, I was a little bit disappointed because there was one moment, maybe a couple of moments where you could see with her voice, I was like, get my facial expressions ready. Oh, here we go. But it didn't really come. It was like she was set herself up for it, right? For like to really go up a level, but she didn't do it. So um, yeah, so it was just a pleasant enough song, but not much more than that. I mean, it's the fourth song now we've done, is it? Is that the fourth one or fifth? Let's have a look. Yes, the fourth song, and they've all been kind of on the same kind of style. So yeah, I kind of want to hear something a bit different from her now. Um, I know this is early days of her, like this was released in 2020, so we've got to obviously remember that as well. Um, but yeah, I hope for something a little bit more out there maybe, or a bit different from the last remaining, or at least one of the remaining three tracks, or at least with her voice really show what she's got a bit more. Let's see.
Music is personal. Have the power to set the tone from start to stop with Spotify Premium. Listen to all your favorite playlists and albums in any order.
Yeah, I've said it before. Donate to our channel so that we
Anyway,
can pay for Spotify Plus or Premium, whatever it's called.
And download any track to play offline, all with no ad breaks. Just uninterrupted music listening. Tap the banner to learn more.
Sementara aku hanya bisa menunggumu lewat doa. Bagaimana bila di sana kau menemukan seseorang yang bahagia? Apakah untukmu aku pernah ada? Aku terus berjuang dari rindu yang panjang. Aku selalu bersabar menantimu yang hilang. Aku terus berjuang dari rindu yang panjang. Aku selalu bersabar menantimu yang hilang. Aku terus berjuang dari rindu yang panjang. Aku selalu bersabar menantimu yang hilang tanpa menantimu yang hilang tanpa kabar.
Okay, so yeah, we're not getting away from the ballad, but that's to be expected. So yeah, I was interested when kind of the second part, sort of part of the song came on, where she started speaking. That was a bit, out there, wasn't it? Uh, and then I was kind of thinking, okay, what's going to happen now? Is this now what it was almost like a kind of build up. I thought it was really going to take off. It didn't, but then it kind of did a little bit after that. So there was a little bit of dynamicism there. I thought. Um, so yeah, I probably preferred this maybe to say the previous song, which I felt she was lacking a little bit with her voice. I think with this one she did um, do more with her voice, impress more, I suppose you could say. Um, so yeah, another nice, easy to listen to song sung well. But again, that's kind of all I can say about it. Really, I can't give any more sort of superlatives or anything like that. What about you, Backstreet Brett? How did you find it?
Yeah, again, I'd be saying the same things that you say. We're getting the regular things out of the way. Nice song, sung well, all that stuff there. And again, you make some really good points I've enjoyed today. We said about, this is actually, her early stages um, of her so-called maybe career as such. And maybe that's what's missing to maybe her to sort of take the next level. Maybe it's that extra little bit of confidence to know that she's as good as she is. Because I remember one of the comments Simon Cowell, I think it was him who said it, where she probably didn't realize how good she actually was. Now, whether that was true or not, I don't know. But maybe it's because, like I said, this is before any limelight's probably really been on her. And maybe you need to have that little bit of confidence to try and push it. And, it's almost like, what's the words? Like self-confidence, like a little boost to sort of go, and I will, and I've got the when it's like we think about the classic, we always refer to Whitney Houston, knows and actually probably had the ones to be able to do that. So maybe that's what's all missing from there. Yeah, this did have a little bit more than the previous one, but still you feel, and again maybe it's because we've heard her previous stuff and we just know what she's really capable of and really can take things so far and really push things, but it's just lacking a little bit in these songs. So again, really nice song, can't fault it, enjoy it, but still just missing that future magic.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Senja adalah saat surga untukmu. Semoga dipertemukan dengan sang kekasih sejati. Senja adalah saat terbaik untuk kita jatuh cinta. Ketika langit pejamkan mata, Tuhan mendengar semua doa. Senja adalah saat terbaik untuk kita jatuh cinta. Ketika langit pejamkan mata, Tuhan mendengar semua doa. Mendengar semua doa. Semua
Okay, so Backstreet Brett, what did you thought of that one?
Yeah. Again, nice song, sung really well, not bad, etc., etc., etc. And I know we've already been harping on about needs a bit more and a bit more something to there, but this is an example where actually, it doesn't always necessarily need that. Like, so I actually felt this one was probably the nicer one of all the sort of nice songs that we had. Now, whether there was a little change up of sounds and stuff, or maybe her voice just seemed a bit more prominent on this one, I'm not too sure. But yeah, this was the nicest one out of the nice nice bunch there really. And for some reason I didn't feel that having a extra notches on this one was that missed. It could have been on there and it'd been great, but for this one particular, and I don't know why, just felt like it wasn't as missed. I felt this was just more enjoyable on a whole, really.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought this had a few different elements to it. I mean, I got some Vanny Vabiola vibes at the beginning, the karaoke queen, as you would say. Um, and but what I liked about this one, right? If you going back to the previous song, I think it was the previous one. There was that kind of like a bit of a sort of spoken part in the middle. With this one, she changed her style of singing a little bit. It was I kind of not sure how to quite describe it. It was a bit more getting away from the ballady side of things, a little bit more just kind of like more pop, normal kind of pop music, almost. I don't want to say rap. It wasn't rap, but you know what I mean. It was a bit more kind of had a bit more of a beat to it, a bit more almost head boppy. It didn't last that long, but that was a bit different. So I quite like that. And I thought, some of the singing as well was impressive. I think she did take it up a notch, not to the levels that we know she can. So yeah, had a little bit about it. This song, and the negative, maybe I'd say towards the end of the song, I was getting a little bit bored of it. But I guess it's just probably because we've kind of heard 6 similar-ish songs by this stage, I guess. Okay, let's move on to the last track then.
Lelah dengan harapan kau tak mungkin ku dapatkan. Cinta itu sederhana, yang rumit itu kamu. Mencintaimu itu mudah, yang sulit adalah membuatmu juga mencintaiku. Aku mengerti bahwa bahagiamu bukan denganku, niscaya semua luka akan sembuh bersama waktu. Maafkan aku yang pernah ada di hidupmu, kini ku pergi dan takkan lagi mengganggu. Aku telah belajar ikhlas untuk melepas, kau abadi sebagai luka yang membekas. Terima kasih untuk cinta yang pernah hadir, walau bukan seperti ini ku bayangkan kan berakhir. Cinta itu sederhana, yang rumit itu kamu. Cinta itu sederhana, yang rumit itu kamu. Mencintaimu itu mudah, yang sulit adalah membuatmu juga mencintaiku. Cinta itu sederhana, yang rumit itu kamu. Mencintaimu itu mudah, yang sulit adalah membuatmu untuk meluas. Mencintaiku.
Okay, that's the end of the album. Yeah, so just looking at the tracks there, one thing we haven't talked about is the second person, right? Langit Saw, who appears in most of the tracks, from tracks 3 to 7. So I'm wondering what sort of role she's played throughout this, because definitely heard like two people involved in that particular track. So I'm interested to see what Brett thinks about this. Yeah, I mean, it was normally with a song like that, I'd say it's a nice end to the album, but kind of all the songs have been kind of like that, haven't they? Right, so, but it was still nice, a nice track. I liked again a different kind of singing through parts of it. I'm not even sure now whether that actually was Putri or whether that was the other person that's been credited there. But yeah, just a nice, pleasant song, nice to listen to, but nothing special. And that's probably how I'd sum up the album, which we'll talk about shortly after Brett gives his opinion on this song, which he'll do right now.
Yeah, nice, pleasant song, sung really well. Yeah, it's the same sort of things you said there. Back to the comment you said about, yeah, with the second person being mentioned there. So when the singing was going on, I generally thought it was Putri's voice being done twice. I thought it was just recorded and just put on there. But then because then I thought maybe that other person was just maybe someone who was playing the musical instruments on there. But I was thinking, why
Could be.
they're not mentioned on the previous tracks? And then I was thinking the first track, well, actually, there wasn't much other playing instruments there, but then there wasn't the second one where they're not credited. So yeah, I'm really not sure on that one there. But as you said, as well, I would have said the same. if it was any other album, it would have been a lovely, nice way to sort of end the album with that type of song. It's pretty much what we've had there already. But again, very similar to the previous track to that. It didn't feel like I've said with some of the others where we kind of think because maybe the other ones we were expecting, there was almost like a build up for something to be more powerful and to happen, and it never came. So it was disappointing. Whilst these ones, because you didn't have that build up to have that, and like I said the previous one was a little bit, as you said, a tiny little bit more poppier than the others. It wasn't missed as much, and that was the same for this last track here as well. I think because I wasn't expecting a big high points, it didn't disappoint that it wasn't there. So it wasn't missed in that last track there. But otherwise, again, just a really nice, well sung song. And I'll go back to you in terms of the album side of things, because I think you're about to say the same sort of thing that I would have probably said as well. That's sort of a little bit underwhelming in parts.
You've just taken the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to start off with that, actually.
Okay, back to you.
It was a bit. So I'm not stealing your word here. I was honestly about to say that, right? So it was a bit underwhelming. But again, we've got to obviously understand that we're going back in time here. So we're going back to a much younger. I know it's only 4 years ago, but when you're that young, that's actually quite a big gap. I don't know. I'm not actually sure how old she is or how old she would have been. So I'm not sure how she would have been then, but must have been pretty young. Especially we don't even know when it was the actual songs were recorded. That was the album released in 2020. She may have recorded those songs a lot earlier. So yeah, it's been interesting to see, like, I suppose, the development of Putri to where she is today. So yeah, they were all nicely sung songs. They're all pleasant. You know, you can just keep talking about this till the cows come home, can't we? We've been banging on about it every song, how nice they are. But ultimately, I felt they were also lacking something. They were lacking the X factor, I suppose we could say, in a way. Um, just, I suppose it's kind of like missing, like, I think you talked about it, like Whitney Houston. She kind of makes the songs her own. You know, she puts that extra kind of bit of oomph into it, and really sings with confidence. Where I didn't quite feel that with the songs on this album. Um, would have been nice to have had a bit of a change up, as well as, you know, like a slightly different style of song, perhaps even if it's just one song. So there's only 7 songs on the album. Um, so yeah, an interesting album. Um, nice to listen to, but ultimately a little bit underwhelming. Brett, how would you sum it up?
Yeah, I won't echo too much on the same sort of points you made there. The ones that definitely made, as I said, there's a really good point. You said, you know, we are fortunate or unfortunate, whether we want to look at it, going back in time. So we've been fortunate enough to hear her sing, you know, on X Factor or talent shows, and blown the judges away and stuff there. Whilst this is, you know, probably early say, and even she was young then, she's probably well, she is younger now, but on this album, but obviously we don't know how young. That's the thing. And another point that made me think of whilst you were talking, and I'm surprised you actually had mentioned it at some point during the thing, is what may be also more impressive, that is that we still don't know if actually these are her own songs or if they're covers. I get the feeling these could be her own song, which, you
Yeah,
know, does give a lot more credit in the bank for her. Because I remember it was America's Got Talent, and she did that song, and we thought, like, the judges and everyone else in the audience was covered because it was that good, and turns out it was her own song. So yeah, these wouldn't surprise me if these are her own songs as well. And like I said, that does give her a bit more leeway with that there. But bringing it back to the songs themselves and the album, I can't help but say, as I took the words out of your mouth, still, yeah, a little bit underwhelming in parts, but otherwise really nice. Still lovely to hear her voice and stuff. Um, but overall, I wouldn't rush back to listen to this album again. But I would love them. You know, if this one of or two of those songs came up on a playlist, I would enjoy listening to it, and I think that's good enough. So yeah, well done, Putri.
okay. So that is it from us today, guys. Thank you for watching. Terima kasih. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Take care, guys. Goodbye.